What's going on, everybody? Today I wanted to give an explanation on how to use a downstream injector, what they are, and how you can use them, how to connect them to your pressure washer. So let's just kind of dive right into it. So usually if you buy a pressure washer, they'll usually throw in one with it. If not, go online and look for a 2.1 downstream injector. So it'll look just like this. Mine came with my pressure washer when I bought it. But how to connect it, I'll go over how to use it, but how to connect it is you always want this arrow. They'll have an arrow always. You always want that pointed away from your pressure washer and towards your gun. So for me, I have this gauge right here, but I would take this off. The quick connect will go in right in there, and the other side will connect to my high pressure hose. So pretty simple hookup right there. And so this goes to my hose reel down there. If you don't have a hose reel, that's totally fine, but that's what it goes to my hose reel. And then the other end, it's almost like a filter, and this is where you put your chemical in. So if you have a bucket of chemical, you put that in there, and it's a good way to mix and make your own chemical. But yeah, so once that's connected, if you guys are using a 12.5 percentage of sodium hypochlorite, I can't find this anywhere online. I don't know why people don't stress this enough. It pulls at around a 1 to 1.5% mix. So that's perfect for doing houses or siding or roofs even. It pulls, yeah, that's the percentage that these downstream injectors pull at. So if you're trying to do concrete and other hard surfaces, you might have to do a couple layers of sodium hypochlorite before you put this on, because it won't, for concrete, you usually want like a 4% mix. So if you're doing concrete and you don't have like equipment like this, you can just always buy a pump up sprayer too and mix your own batch that way. So these are always great for doing degreasers when you have a greasy patch. And then in the bucket down here, when you guys are doing your sodium hypochlorite, you can put a little bit of surfactant in it. If you have like a gallon of SH, I would put in like a tablespoon or maybe 2 tablespoons of sodium hypochlorite. This is my sodium hypochlorite tank right there. My surfactant tank. So you put in 2 tablespoons of surfactant. So that's what makes it kind of soapy, and that's what makes everything stick to the surface. And it makes it smell good too. I've had a lot of customers kind of complain if they don't have, or when it smells like a pool or smells like a sodium hypochlorite fest. So make sure you have a surfactant that can kind of cancel out that smell and also help that stick better. So downstream injectors, they only pull when you have a certain tip for your gun. So usually when you buy a pressure washer, it'll come with all these tips. But the one that you are looking for is this black one right here. It could be another color, but you'll see the tip right here. It's like a fanned tip almost, instead of these other ones right here. They're kind of like a circular and super small. You're looking for this. This is the one that pulls the chemical only with this tip. So that's what's cool about downstream injectors, is they'll only pull when you have a spraying tip to pull the chemical. So this pulls only at like 125 PSI. So you can't pull chemical when you use one of these tips. So this is the only tip that it will pull from. So what you do is I get my gun right here. I just connect it to my quick connect right there. This is my high pressure hose. And then over here, I will just connect it in that way. And whenever I start spraying, if my chemical's in my bucket, with my downstream injector, it will start pulling. So then once you want to rinse, take this nozzle off, and you can put in one like this, which is way smaller, and you rinse it. And they'll stop pulling chemical and just pull water from your pressure washer. So that, yeah, it's super cool. It's super cheap too. That's another low cost. If you don't want to use that, you can buy a soft wash system. I'm going to make a video next on differences between a soft wash system and a downstream injector, and pros and cons and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. And I have a bunch of other videos about this trailer build if you guys are curious about that. So make sure you subscribe if you guys are new here and like this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.